What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Firstly, massive thank you to the 70 subscribers. Really do appreciate the rate at which this channel is growing. Now, another week, another lineup builder. As you can see, obviously in All-Star at the moment, but lots of AA ratings, which is of course great to see in my opinion, and hopefully this will reap the rewards that we have been waiting for. We've been struggling a lot this week. I do have Brighton playing Man City tonight. Obviously, we do have my Brighton stack, so fingers crossed we can get a result there and I can bring you a rewards video coming up. But as always, we start with our priority lineups and then work backwards. Starting off with Premier League in season. Of course, this may change due to the fact that Brighton play tonight. They may have some rotation, they may have some players injured or carded and won't be able to play against Bournemouth. Tough game, but a game in which they should get a semi-decent result. So let's hope that is the case. Van Heck will go in there. Of course, Paxton Gross will go in there. And then Adingra and Welbeck will be playing. Potentially Moder could go in, but we'll be playing Welbeck. Probably the strongest lineup I put in. 83 actually. Pascal Gross going in there. Very easy lineup to put together. As always, we then have our Champion Classic lineup, which let's just check due to the fact of it being a big 6-point game. This is a very important game for Athletic Club due to the fact that obviously they drew on the weekend, which was an awful result for them, and they need to beat Atletico Madrid in order to try and get that Champions League spot. So bit of rotation within the squad by the looks of things. Prados is at there 20% here and 60% there, but by the looks of things, still pretty straightforward. Obviously, Unai Simon can go in. Then we will be putting in Danny Vivian. He has got the biggest chance of starting in at centre back. Then we have got De La Grata going in, Goretzka going in, and Inaki Williams has been awful recently. Like I said the other week when I was making his lineups, his just form recently has been so bad. Like, yes, he plays, which is great, but his form was so good, and he's dropped since I bought him. Basically, like every player I ever buy, I buy them, they're doing really well, and then they turn to shit. So do I really want to be playing Inaki Williams in that lineup? I don't. I might put Sanchez in, to be honest. Chances are, when we look how Sanchez been playing, Sanchez is here. That's at 5 scores. He doesn't play great either, but he can play well. He can get some good AAs. It's a tough game. It's a 50-50 call. Thinking about other squads, 39, 38, forward, midfielder. When I'm looking at, for example, like my Cap 240 modes, Inaki Williams is going to have to produce something at some stage. So we'll put him in. Will captain, Gurka, there. Now, the big lineups for myself are obviously the challenger lineups, in which I am most likely to do pretty well in. Normally the case. We have quite a lot of keepers. Weirdly enough, Nick played the last game. Bolak was meant to play, then Bolak didn't play. Annoyingly, very late on, conceded, and not only conceded, it went down as an own goal. He was on a very, very good score. But if he is rumoured to start, we don't have many lineups predicted at the moment, which is a shame. That is a big shame. Don't have many lineups predicted to start at all. But I think what I will be doing, do I want to go All-Star? Just having a look at the players I've got available to me, to myself, with the current state of things. Okay, cool. So, Challenger Classic. We'll start off with our MLS side of things, where we have got obviously New York, we've got our forwards, 90%, 90%, which is great. And Portland, New York are at home as well, so they should do alright. Portland are away to LA, so a bit of a tough call. Krippau is set to be back after the red card. Let's have a look. McGrath didn't appear on the bench last week. Toss up with Araujo, and Williamson had an assist. Yep. Moore keeps scoring. Yep, that is understandable. So looking at the lineups, okay, so that's fine. We will be going with obviously Maxim Krippau, and then Kamal Miller will be going into the team. Of course, we have Evander that can play. We have Lewis Morgan that can play there. We have Santiago Moreno that can play there. Evander is obviously playing very, very well, but I want to put together a very strong, to be honest, I want to put together a very strong all-star lineup. And in my eyes, what I'm going to do is actually be a bit more sensible, play more of the Portland Timbers stack, basically. So, if Portland Timbers have a good game, chances are the stack will do well. Last week I split up the teams. Obviously, if one team did well but one team didn't do well, it didn't quite work out for me. So up front we will be putting in Felipe Mora. He will be going in there. And then of course, yes, I could put Evander in, but Evander's scores are so good and they are away from home, Portland. And I want to put together a very strong team. And so with that, with the strong team I want to be putting together, I think I will put probably Diego Chara in. He's most likely going to be that option right there for us. And he's pretty good, Diego Chara. I do rate him as a player. His scores aren't amazing, but he does get some very just average scores. You know he's going to shoot a 50 pretty much, which is really what we want. Like when I'm looking at this team, it is just a case of, right, if we can keep a clean sheet, if Felipe Mora can score, Moreno can get an assist, that would be perfect. So we'll save that team. And the reason why I'm going to save that is because we're going to put together what I think would be my probably strongest lineup. Interestingly, Kim Jin, he just scores crazy scores as well, which is mental. Daniel Batman, Watford are at home. Watford have kept a clean sheet last game at home. Did score very well. He has been scoring well as well, other than that 3 goals he's conceded. So we're going to put together what will probably be my strongest lineup so far. So we're going to go Daniel Batman, and we're going to pair him with Wesley Hoyt. Of course, Hoyt did have a very poor game last game, conceding a penalty. But we are playing against Sunderland in this game. Chance are, clean sheet chance, 36%. When we actually look at, for example, FootMob, looking at Sunderland themselves table, when we look at so they're currently 13th on the table, 52 goals scored, 51 goals conceded, away from home 16th, so they're not as good away from home, so hopefully that means this lineup should be quite strong. Then we're going to use Evander here as well. This is where we're going to prioritise. Then up front, of course, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna shoot. Dante's gonna go in, and Lewis Morgan is gonna partner him. Evander will go captain. It's only given me a score of 72. However, it is a tough game. To be honest, it is a very tough game. The more I think about it, with New York playing Vancouver Whitecaps. Vancouver Whitecaps are playing very, very well at the moment as well. However, for me, I'm thinking Dante hasn't done much in a few games. Lewis Morgan's had the potential. It's getting closer. They should hopefully all click together now. So that'll be the team. Then the other Challenger Classic team, we obviously have got our Standard Liège stack. However, with the Standard Liège stack, Lafise got subbed off injured, and I don't know if he's going to play is the problem. So then it's thinking about who will play instead. Eric Miller most likely will be on the bench. Connor Roberts will be on the bench. Musa India actually came on as a substitute, which I was so happy about. He's a card that I absolutely love. I've owned for ages. I've owned him since before this period here. Then he had a massive injury, but he did come on for 7 minutes. Hopefully, he does get some game time. I might put a router in if Watford are going to be playing that 3 at the back. Obviously, like it says here, we know that Tom Cleverley is now the manager, which I'm very, very happy about. Sorare doesn't have the greatest chance of starting, but out of all my defenders I have here, he's the most likely to start. Then we'll obviously go with Kawebe, Yeboah, and Kanga up top. We'll captain Kawebe. And then we have our last challenger team, which is going to be Lucas Piras, supported by João Silva. They did concede 4 at home. They are playing away from home, so yes, it is one of them games that is like potentially could be poor, but you never know. Sorensen finally got an assist in that last game, which was good to see. And Ratby did get subbed off injured, so he may not be playing. He may be playing. That is a tough one. I'm going to put him in, and I'll keep my eye out just in case he is playing or he isn't playing. And we'll put Kayame in there as that team. We will captain Sorensen. Then we will go over to our contender classic lineup being here. We have got. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough, this lineup. Bundesliga 2. Now, Kaiserslautern need to win, but they are playing top of the league, which is an absolute pain. I also look at these players, and I used to have some of the Hostia and Klein players that I sold ages ago. Weirdly enough, it says Aki's going to play. There looks to be a lot of rotation within the team, which is not good. It says Aki's going to play, but when I had a look the other day, it says he's playing with an Achilles issue, and he's actually playing through the pain at the moment, so he may not start. But from the update here, it says he's going to start, so we're going to trust play sharper. It is a lineup that is most likely not going to do very well, but we will put the team together as always. Marlon Ritter will go in there, Aki will go up front, and we'll play Elvedi as well in that team. Thomas Borat can go in. That will probably go in Div 4, Div 5. Then we have contender again. Are any of the J League lineups in? Normally the J League doesn't get put in until very late on. No J League lineups are in at the moment. So we will just go off what Play Sharper are saying. We have got Samprisi and Jokdeng. Jokdeng didn't play the last game at all. They were away from home though. Potentially, was that 2 yellow cards there? No, wouldn't have been yellow card suspension. They say he's going to start, so I'll put him in to start. Up front, we'll obviously go Usami. And then we have options here of who we want to play. Okuno is most likely going to play, and I'm going to put Yimi Chara in as well, I think. Yeah, we'll put Yimi Chara in there. We'll captain Usami. Put that team in there. Next up, we'll go Cap 240. This is where we will use Nick Gilkens with that 39 score, which is nice to see, to be honest. Let's complete the lineup. Let's see what Sorare are saying. Okay, Sorare are putting together a very, very weird lineup. In defence, obviously we have options. Not many options, sadly, though. Not any good defenders, realistically. If I'll keep an eye out, Musa and I may start. If so, he's a 0 card, which would be someone that I will put in. Then we also have the midfield options. They reckon Bennett Prados is going to start because he rested the last game. Obviously, he has his athletic club, which is hard. Eric Martel playing away from home to Mainz. Another relegation battle, which is tough. Isaac Hayden playing at home but playing Leeds. Sanchez can score well. Williamson not guaranteed. Forson did actually play, but Salzburg lost 4-3 in the end. He has been playing, but he's only been getting 60 minutes. Zimmer will play, but they're playing first. Moda could start. If he doesn't start tonight, he might start against Brighton. But he doesn't score very well either. It's not going to be the strongest of Cap 240 sides. Who have we got in forwards as well? We have Jefferson, who didn't start the last game for Botafogo at all. They won 3-1 as well, which was a shame. His position would have shot him 62 points as well. Let's have a quick think about this. Actually, I'm going to put Federa in. Federa's back. Federa's playing. I love Federa as a player. Rate him very highly. They need to play him more as a left winger / forwards. But I'm putting Federa in there. In midfield, we will go with Prados, and then we will go with Emmanuel Dennis. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to captain Emmanuel Dennis. It's showing me a very poor score here, but 2% will most likely opt for that lower threshold. So those are my lineups. Prem is very, very strong. Champion Classic is not as strong, but has a chance. You never know. Athletic Club always seem to play better when I've watched them against the bigger teams. We are stacking the Portland Timber stack because I feel like that's the most sensible of options. Standard Edge stack is there. Sadly, Lafise, if I hear anything, he will go in the team. If not, I will be playing Sarauta. Challenger Classic, the mix-up. We'll see what happens there. Contender Classic, once again, they're playing first. Most likely they lose 5-0. Nothing happens. Hopefully All-Star. If All-Star can click, this is a lineup that can score over 400 points, which is great. Cap 240 is obviously just grinding that lower threshold. And Contender Classic, if everyone starts here and has a good game, can also do very, very well. So they are my lineups this week, guys. I obviously will be putting together more lineups, but just 4-player lineups, which there's no point in me building. But for example, I can go into Challenger Classic and just chuck together the players that will start, but obviously probably won't score very, very well, low scores, but may win me a box type of position. But I will do that when I have a better inclination as to who is actually going to be starting in these games. But as always, if you are new around here, please drop a like and subscribe on the video, as it'd be greatly appreciated. If you are new to Sorare, use the link in my description. Go click that link when purchasing 5 cards off the auction house. You'll get some benefits and I'll get some benefits as well, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'll be bringing out some more videos very soon, more scouting videos. There's more special weeklies coming as well, which is very, very exciting. I hope everyone is having a great day, and I will see you in the next video.